beautiful person working here all by herself. She doing everything. She doing the fries, she doing the burger, she doing the chicken sandwiches, she doing everything by herself. Cause nobody want to work no more, y'all. Nobody want to work no more. And she's in here by herself. Y'all see this right here? And I'm not lying. There's nobody in the back. She doing this by herself. I need y'all to show her some love, okay? For real, for real. Because she holding it down. Columbia, South Carolina, okay? Y'all need to get her some help up in here because she busted her behind. She's doing everything she needs to do to make sure everybody is okay up in here. And it's only one person. Look, nobody. Because nobody want to work no more. And it is at nighttime.
What's up, besties and homies? It's your girl Aisha checking in, back with another video. If you're new to the channel, welcome to Strong Friends Check-In Podcast. So about a month ago, I posted a story about Nykia Hamilton. This story went viral. She was a Burger King worker, mom of 3, who was forced to run a South Carolina store by herself. I pointed out how interesting it was to hear her say that nobody wants to work anymore. So her argument was that she worked the store by herself for the entire day because nobody wants to work anymore. And so I understand that that's propaganda, that she was basically parroting what her supervisor or her district manager told her. And I pointed out that these corporations, a lot of them are only interested in exploiting workers who fit a certain demographic. And so Nykia ran the store by herself. Essentially, she did the jobs of about 5-6 people for almost the entire day. People were cheering her on. People were complimenting her on her strong work ethic. And to me, it only shows how uneducated a lot of our people are about their rights, the labor laws in this country, and the workforce, the job market, how these corporations should operate. So anyway, it doesn't surprise me that there has been an update in this story. According to SandraRose.com, Burger King mom who went viral for working her shift alone says she was fired. Now, let me just go ahead and correct that title because it wasn't a shift. She was there for almost the entire day. So the last time I checked, a shift is maybe 8 hours. So I think she was there a little longer than that. And she also worked at night by herself. So it doesn't surprise me that there's an update in this story. It doesn't surprise me that she was fired. It says that the 25-year-old mother of 3 became known as the Burger King mom online. Supporters donated over $60,000 to her GoFundMe account. But Nykia says she is out of a job after she was fired for taking time off to be with her 3 minor children. In an emotional TikTok video, Nykia broke down and cried as she explained why she lost her job. So let me just stop right there. I doubt very seriously that she was fired because she was late a couple times or because she took time off. I think that that was probably just an excuse because once that story went viral, that was really an embarrassment to Burger King's brand. These corporations only care about brand image. They don't care about ethics. They don't care about their workers. They care about brand image and they care about the almighty dollar. And so they know that they broke labor laws by having her work that store by herself. And that's not something that they ever wanted to go viral. Let's just hypothetically say that it was the reason she was fired. So you mean to tell me an employee who risked her life, her health, her safety to run somebody else's business, a retail business, at night by herself? There were some OSHA violations there because it's quite dangerous to run the fry machine and to run all those different departments by yourself. There should be someone else there with you, at least one other person. So you mean to tell me somebody who risked her life, her health, her safety, and took time away from her family to work your store all day, probably more than one day, is fired because she was late a couple times or because she took time off to spend with her children, it makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. I knew when this story hit that Burger King was going to be embarrassed, and they should be embarrassed, and they should be investigated, because essentially what they are doing is running a modern day plantation. I said that before in my other video. They are trying to basically pay a SLAVE wage. There are many ways that these companies or corporations have figured out that they can pay an SLAVE wage. And it's not by necessarily decreasing the pay or paying less than minimum wage. If they make one worker work a full day, work every department, then that works out. That calculates to be a SLAVE wage, because she's only getting paid the salary of one worker and she's already underpaid, but she's doing the jobs of 5 or 6 workers. So, I mean, come on, people, if we do the math, it is an SLAVE wage. So let's look at common labor law violations, okay? You see highlighted, unsafe working conditions. Employers must provide a safe workplace, and failing to do so can lead to injuries, illnesses, or even death. So again, you've got one worker rushing around on those slippery restaurant floors. You're rushing trying to work the drive-thru. You're in the kitchen trying to cook. I mean, it's unsafe. It's unsafe. Not to mention that you are putting yourself at a higher probability to be robbed because people know that you're the only one there. That is an unsafe working condition. It goes on to say examples of hazards related to lone work. Working alone at night, retail employees or security guards working at night. That is considered a hazard. And it says the consequences of not addressing lone worker safety: OSHA citations, accidents and injuries, legal liability. And so that is really why she was fired. I believe, this is my opinion, that she was fired in retaliation because there is strong potential for legal liability, because they had no right to force her to work that store alone. And it's just like, come on, people. I mean, this is why the corporations and even our politicians think that they can treat us like dirt, because many of us, I would dare to say most of us, allow that treatment. We don't exercise our rights as American citizens, as workers of the labor force. We do not exercise our rights. We do not speak up the way that we should. We don't set standards and boundaries. And I know personally, because I work part-time jobs, I have been called out by people who look like me because I refuse to work a store alone. There's a young lady at a store where I used to work part-time who caught an attitude with me because I refused to work the store alone. I refused to risk my life, my health, my safety to run somebody else's retail store alone. And so her argument was that it's unfair that we have to do it and you don't. And my response to that was, that's not my problem. The difference between you and I is that I set a standard and the employer honored my standard. You didn't set a standard. So don't get mad with me because I won't lower my standards. Don't get mad with me because you're too cowardly to raise your standards. I'm exercising my rights. And that same employee, a young black lady, worked off the clock. Several times she stayed and worked overtime off the clock, was not getting paid for it. And I brought it to her attention. I said, why are you doing this? I said, you do know that you're breaking labor laws by doing that. Like, you're a liability to the company now, because they could shut this whole place down if they find out that you're working off the clock. And I mean, when I say working, I mean, she was there for hours after her shift, and she did it several times. It became a regular occurrence where she would clock out and she would stay and work an entire aisle. She would do the shelving and, inventory and all that, and she would do the entire aisle, and that would take her a couple hours after her shift, and she did that on a regular basis. She made it a habit. And so this is what I see. I mean, I could just give you story after story. This is what I see, and it's mostly our people breaking our necks, our backs, overworking, being underpaid, and just going all outside of our job responsibilities and working off the clock. I mean, it's madness to me. It's madness. It's modern day plantation is what it is. Modern day plantation. And unfortunately, too many of our people are happy and eager to participate in that. And it's got to stop. It has to stop, because this is what makes it so hard for some of us to go in and negotiate a fair pay. It makes it hard for us to exercise our rights on these jobs, because they know that what one person won't do, the next one will. So we've got to stop. You all complain about, oh, we're not getting paid fairly and they treat us bad and racism this and racism that. But you teach people how to treat you. You teach people how to treat you. And I don't give a rat's patootie how much somebody is paying me. I'm going to teach them how to treat me. And I'm for sure not going to work for a SLAVE wage and then allow somebody to treat me poorly. That's ridiculous. So not only are you underpaying me, but you're talking to me crazy. You're forcing me to work your store alone and risk my life and my safety, as if my life doesn't matter and I don't have a family that loves and cares for me. It has to stop. So, and I would really love to give a lot more detail. I would even love to give you the names of the stores and the locations. And maybe one day I'll do it. Because I think I'm going to start putting some folks on blast. I'm just really waiting for my audience to grow. I'm waiting for my platform to grow. I'm going to start putting these companies and corporations on blast. I'm going to say the name of the company. I'm going to give you the store manager's name. I'm going to give you dates, times, locations, because I'm sick of it. I'm tired of seeing our people being treated like crap. And most of all, I'm annoyed with us because we continue to allow people to treat us like dirt. So I want you all to stay tuned. Share this video. Help me to grow my channel, because I'm going to start putting these corporations on blast. I'm going to give you the location, the name of the store manager, and not just retail stores. There are other companies as well. I see a lot happening in the nonprofit industry. I want to put people on blast so bad, but I don't want to do it right now because I only have, and I'm grateful for the following that I have, by the way. I'm not complaining. But I only have 2.32 thousand subscribers right now. So I'm waiting for my channel to grow. When I tell you I can't wait, I'm going to put pictures up. I'm going to say names because I'm sick of it. Anyway, I've got a lot to do today, y'all. So I'll check in with you later. Know that you're worthy. Know that you're loved. Please like, subscribe, and share. Until next time, it's your girl, Aisha, signing off.